Hey guys, welcome to the channel once again. Alright, here we have a Chromebook Acer C720p. Alright, we have two of them. One is I've already put window on it, and this other one, there's no window on it. Okay. It's running on the Chrome OS. So today I want to reverse this one that has Windows to back to Chromebook. All right. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to use the BIOS method by switching both BIOS to see if it's going to work. Okay. I'm going to try that and see. So let's lose out the system. Lose out the motherboard. Just in case I'm not going too far, just remove the battery. I'm not going to take out the motherboard. I'm going just doing a surface just to take out only the BIOS chip. Okay, so this process will just a trial to see if it's going to work. Okay, here we have this other board has 2 gig RAM and the other one has 4 gig RAM. That's the BIOS. That's the BIOS. That's what we are changing. Okay, see the other one has a 4 gig RAM. Okay, so these SSDs we are still going to interchange them, and when we have interchanged the BIOS, we still have to interchange the SSD to see if it's going to work. Okay, so let's start. All right, okay, so this is the one that has the Windows on it, the 2 gig RAM. Then this one has the Chrome OS. This is 4 gig RAM. Okay, so we use our gun station to remove the BIOS. We exchange it. That's what we are going to do now, and see the outcome. This we see the outcome. It's usually worked if is the same manufacturer number of the board, or if it's the same, it's always work. Okay, this one they looks different because of the RAM configuration, so I may not be accurate on this until we test it and see if it's going to work. Okay, so definitely we are going to know after this, after testing it, we are going to know. All right, so let's put back the other BIOS here. Okay, so we are almost done doing this. Then we have to test it, as I said, if it's going to work. Then after you are done doing it, okay, using my liquid to clean up the flux. Okay, so after you are done doing this, you test it. If it's going to work, the next thing we do is to interchange the SSD. That's the storage device. We are going to interchange it. So if there's a window on this one, it's going to work. If there's a Chrome OS on this one, it's still going to work. That's the, you should be asking me that if you have only one Chromebook and they have window on it, you want to change it back to Chrome OS, how are you going to do about it? Okay, that method I'm going to still show you. Okay, still going to show you that method. So now we have done this, let's test this and see how it's going to be. Okay, let's test it. Okay, so we have turned it on. We are waiting for it to display. There's light there. Okay, nothing is coming up. It's not coming up. It means that it cannot work this way when you have different board manufacturer number. When you have different number, because this other one is I will state out this other one motherboard
number, it ends as reference column F. The other one is reference column D. Okay, both of them are not the same. They are different numbers. So their BIOS cannot be compatible. Though the system looks the same, but they are not compatible. So take note of that. I've also learned from this, okay, because I wanted to just try this method before I use the firmware of exactly the same reference number from my system. Okay, so after this, now we are going to use we are going to reprogram. We're going to return back the BIOS for not waste too much time. I'm not going to show that because I'm going to cut the video. I'm going to return back the BIOS back to its uh, positions, like each systems, replace it back. Then I'm going to program it. Then after programming it, okay, then we are going to test it, and that way it's going to work. Okay, so we are going to return it back. So I said I'm not going to show much of that. So now I'm taking off the BIOS. Then I will put in my machine, my programming machine. Okay, you make sure your pin number 1 is in the red side. That's it. So we are going to read out the BIOS first. Then after reading, we have to save it. Yeah, I do save it. For the sake of the video, I do save it. Sometimes I don't, because I already have it and I know it was gonna work. Okay, after this step, after doing this, what we have to do again, we have to burn our flash. Okay, that's what we are going to do now. We're going to burn our flash to Chrome OS. All right, then you must use the manufacturer model number, which is a C720P as Acro. Okay, that's what we are going to do now. I think I've done a video on how to burn a Chrome OS flash. So this is the process. And you must have an internet while doing this. Chromebook, everything is about internet. Okay, so you must have an internet while doing this, because it downloads the operating system. After downloading it, it's verify it. After verifying it, writes it into the flash. Then before you can now make use of it, because after my programming, I will insert back the BIOS in the board. After inserting it, it will have only a Chrome mode BIOS firm. Then after that, you have to install the OS for it to work. Without you doing that, it's not going to work. Okay, now what you need to know is that if your Chromebook is in developer mode, it is very hard to load a Chrome OS, because the verification mode is off at that point. So how do you on the verification mode? How do you do this? Okay, for me, I've not really done that before. When your Chromebook is already in Windows mode, because when you are in Windows mode already, you have off the verification mode. You get my point? You have off the verification mode. So now when you are turning it back to Chrome OS by running on the firmware with programming, okay, you don't turn in the verification mode. How do you do that? This is where I will need the other system. Now I have put in my flash, and I have put in my SSD on this other system that has Chrome OS. Now I'm loading in the Chrome OS there. That's what I'm doing now. After loading this, I'll return the SSD back to the former Chrome OS which I've programmed. Okay, so it's done now. It doesn't take long for you to boot finish. It's very simple. Okay, so it has recovered back the Chrome OS. So what is there is just for you to do the normal setting. Okay, putting your email and connecting your internet, and it gets to the desktop. That's simple as. So thank you so much for watching the video. Please do well to subscribe, like, and share these videos to your friends, to those that need it. See you next in my next video. Thank you.